Do you dare to step into the world of the unknown? China, a land with a history spanning thousands of years, is not only famous for its breathtaking wonders, but also shrouded in chilling mysteries. From cursed hotels and abandoned hospitals to haunted villages, each place carries eerie legends that send shivers down the spine. In this video, join us as we uncover the 10 most terrifying haunted locations in China, places where restless spirits still roam, whispers echo in the dead of night, and unsolved mysteries linger in the shadows. Do you have the courage to make it to the end? Hold on tight, dim the lights, and prepare for a journey into the depths of horror. Top 1. The Great Wall. Legend has it that on an ancient section of the Great Wall, there is a mysterious curse that no one dares to mention. During the Qin dynasty, hundreds of thousands of workers died building this Great Wall. They had no graves, but their bodies were buried in layers of cold bricks and stones. Centuries have passed, but their souls have never been put to rest. Locals say that on nights of the waning moon, the sounds of hammers and shovels digging can be heard from inside the walls, as if those buried alive are still trying to escape. A group of tourists once camped out on the wall. As night fell, they were awakened by the sound of hurried footsteps echoing across the stone, even though there was no one around. One of the group screamed as a white shadow crawled out from a crack in the wall, its empty eyes staring at them. The next morning, the group of tourists left in panic, but one person had disappeared without a trace. Only his backpack was left lying against the wall, and on the mossy wall, scratches as if someone had desperately tried to escape from an invisible prison. Top 2. The Forbidden City, with its glorious yet eerie history, is home to many chilling ghost stories. One of the most famous tales is about the spirit of a concubine and eunuchs who died tragically during the imperial era. In the Forbidden City, many believe that the spirits of concubines and eunuchs who were tortured or killed over power struggles still linger. A haunting story involves a concubine named Lin Shi, who was wrongfully sentenced by Emperor Qianlong and died in a dark, isolated room. After her death, strange phenomena began to occur. The sound of crying, unexplained footsteps at night, and the blurry apparition of a woman wandering the empty halls. Although the Forbidden City has stood for centuries, these ghostly stories persist, making it not only a cultural heritage site but also a mysterious and eerie destination filled with both allure and fear. Top 3. 81 Kaoni Street. House number 81 on Kaonei Road, Beijing, is one of the most famously haunted locations in China. Numerous eerie legends surround this house. The most well-known story tells of a Kuomintang official who fled to Taiwan, leaving his wife behind in the house. Overcome with despair, she hanged herself, and her restless spirit is said to linger, causing visitors to hear sorrowful cries and see the figure of a woman in a red dress wandering through the night. Additionally, locals claim that some people who entered the house mysteriously vanished without a trace, while others were found in a state of shock, unable to recount what had happened. At night, eerie sounds of footsteps, scratching at doors, and whispers are often heard, even though no one is inside. Despite the chilling rumors, house number 81 still stands tall in the heart of Beijing. It was even used as the setting for the 2014 horror film The House That Never Dies, further enhancing its mystique. Today, it attracts curious explorers and paranormal enthusiasts, though no one dares to stay too long after nightfall. Top 4. Hokwang Assembly Hall Theater. In 1707, a philanthropist built a house nearby to shelter the poor, the elderly, and homeless children. It is rumored that the house was built over an ancient grave, and that the housekeeper, a leper who was shunned by everyone around him, let the spirits of the dead roam freely in the house. The house later became the headquarters for Guangdong and Hunan provinces, and that is when the mysteries began to spread. Screams and cries were heard from time to time when there was no one around. If someone accidentally threw a stone in the yard, they would immediately hear a scolding voice echoing back, even if they were standing alone. The house has now been converted into the Huguang Theater, part of the Beijing theater system, which specializes in performing famous Peking opera for visitors. Top 5. Truanmon Street. Listed as one of the top 5 scariest roads in the world, Tuan Moon Road in Hong Kong is notorious for claiming the lives of millions. In the past few years, about 300 accidents have occurred on this road. Those who survived all told a similar story. While they were driving on this road, a shadow suddenly appeared in the middle of the road, forcing them to turn the wheel abruptly to avoid it. When they regained consciousness, the person had disappeared without a trace, leaving behind a deserted road as if nothing had ever happened. Some drivers even said that sometimes the white shadows on Truanmon Road made it impossible for them to control the wheel, and so accidents were inevitable. Top 6. Sai Yingpun Center. Sai Yingpun, meaning West Headquarters, was built in 1892. It was originally built to house European nurses serving in the war in Hong Kong. Later, when the Japanese occupied Hong Kong, they turned the building into an execution ground. After the war, Sai Yinpun became a mental hospital, and after a major fire in 1961, it became an abandoned building. Top 7. The Haunted Village of Fengmon, Henan. Fengmon is an abandoned village in Henan Province, China, infamous for its eerie atmosphere and ghostly legends. According to local tales, the village was once prosperous, but a tragic event led to the mysterious disappearance of all its inhabitants. Some stories claim that a deadly plague or a brutal massacre wiped out the entire population, leaving behind restless spirits unable to move on. Visitors to the village have reported hearing strange whispers and echoing footsteps on the deserted streets, even when no one else was around. Some have seen shadowy figures passing by the windows of abandoned houses, or felt an unnatural chill in the air, even during the summer. A few brave souls who stayed overnight were found the next morning in a state of shock, unable to recall what had happened. Although few dare to linger for long, Fengmon continues to attract curious explorers and paranormal investigators. Today, it is known as the most terrifying haunted village in China, where the line between reality and the supernatural seems to blur. Top 8. The Haunted Thua An Pagoda. Thua An Pagoda, an ancient abandoned temple, is rumored to be one of the most haunted places. According to legend, the pagoda was once a sacred place where many monks practiced Buddhism, but a mysterious tragedy turned it into a place of eerie darkness. Some stories claim that during times of war, the temple was destroyed and the monks were massacred, leaving their restless spirits wandering, unable to find peace. Visitors who have ventured there at night reported hearing ghostly chanting echoing through the halls, even though no one was present. The sound of a temple bell ringing in the dead of night and shadowy figures of monks silently walking in the courtyard before vanishing into thin air have also been witnessed. Some brave souls who stayed overnight experienced strange occurrences, such as feeling watched, hearing whispers close to their ears, or seeing white apparitions gliding through the dark corridors. Top 10. Hong Kong Central Hospital. Located in the bustling Central District, the Hong Kong Central Hospital was once regarded as a trusted private medical facility offering affordable healthcare services to the public. In 1966, the Anglican Church decided to establish this hospital with the initial purpose of providing refuge for doctors and medical professionals fleeing from mainland China, giving them a place to practice while also serving the local community. For 46 years, the Hong Kong Central Hospital provided low-cost medical services to the people of Hong Kong, especially those who could not afford treatment at more expensive hospitals. At its peak, The hospital performed up to 6,000 abortions per year, making it the largest abortion facility in the city at the time.